Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much for supporting the channel. This is the first episode in what I'd like to call like a how it's made type thing, where here is Excalibur Perfected. This is Premiere Pro, the video editing software that I use to make all my content. And I am literally just going to do like I don't know, just yap for a little bit and explain to you guys kind of just how I make these videos. So, yeah, to start off, this is Excalibur Perfected, which is my new video, and it's easily the longest and biggest video that I've ever done. So this is a great one to start with because honestly, what else could I show you that doesn't like encompass everything that this video has? But yeah, just to start off, if you're unfamiliar with Premiere Pro, this is a video editing software. This right down here is the timeline, which is where like all the different effects and clips are and everything. I apply different things from my effects tab over here. I got graphical templates over here. Whole bunch of stuff. Here's all my footage. There is a lot of it. I control things and whatever, but yeah, just gonna kind of run through the general like process of making videos for me. So when I started out with Excalibur Perfected, my immediate thought was, okay, I want an intro that's different from everything else because a lot of my perfected videos, at least the bigger ones like this one in Mag, have like unique intros. And I really, really went all out with this one. And I will just play it real quick so you can see if you're unfamiliar. Okay, so this was a really, really difficult one to make. I will be honest with you. This was a really difficult one to make. Because first, we start out here with just some captura footage of a bunch of different CRT monitors that you find in-game. This one is in the backrooms captura scene. This one is in Albrecht's Bureau or whatever it's called. There's a random, like this frame, this is just a random one on a 1999 map. And I've had this shot in mind for a really, really long time of like glitching between a bunch of CRTs. And then, I got the glitch sound effects and everything right here. And they sound pretty, or it looks and sounds pretty good. I have the ambiance of the back rooms. And then this right here. So, I'm zooming in and I was like, all right, I find a good frame to sort of like full transition the screen into this like fake CRT background that I made, which the preset for this, which is right here, is like a combination of 10 different effects. It's ridiculous. But anyways, so we're here. This is obviously the Kim, like just the tab at the bottom of your screen in game. I just thought I'd use it. Now, animating all of this stuff, because this is all like, like I made these animations myself, keyframed them out and everything. Right here, we got the, the click with the pop in. This is a really fun one to make too, because this is obviously the map. Now, I opened the map. I wish I actually opened the calendar and did some cool date timing stuff, but whatever. This is a really interesting one here, because as you can see, I'm hovering over this and it's like fucking youtube.com/Kai. That's and my dog wants to come in here. 1 second, everybody. Sorry for the quick interruption. My dog just wanted to come in here. But yeah, this was a really cool one to make because as you can see right here, like it says youtube.com/Kai in like a similar type font to if you hovered over this or whatever. And like, I had to erase the other one and I can't open these nests and show you these individually because they're not rendered if I open them. So my entire computer will slow down really quickly, but I also replaced it over here. I had the video thumbnail that I like pixelated and everything. And then, like you click this to go there, quote unquote, boom, pop up another monitor. And it's the Excalibur Perfected scene. This is a really cool template that I found for like an intro. It kind of like paints it on. I like it a lot. Looks a lot better when it's going fast. Yeah, that one was very cool. I'm gonna mute myself talking. So yeah, this right here, like this sword right here is custom made, like mixing of two different assets just because I needed something. It was really, really fun to do all the animations for all this. Like it was a hell of a lot of work. The intro, the first minute of this video is definitely the most ridiculous, but because like you guys have to know that when I have things like these multiplication signs popping out from behind these swords, I have to like place it here. And then I have to use a transform effect, which you can move things with, to put it over here. But obviously you'd still be able to see it. So I have to crop out everything to the left of this as it's moving and keep that updated. And then I had to do that 4 times. That's a simple little, counter up right there. And then just a nice little transition out of this. Just looks nice. Got all that. A big, really big thing that I use in a lot of my videos is in element transitions. So right here, you see how I bring this up and then I zoom out and it was a part of the web page the whole time? I love doing stuff like that because as a viewer, you're just watching this and you're like, okay, we're talking about Tech Rod Encore. And then we zoom out to the actual Tech Rod Encore update and then boom, it's there. Like, and if you go to the web page, this is there. These things, they just like, they look really, really nice. And instead of just fading these off and then putting these on, I use this playing card, which is a Balatro card actually, to wipe away and have these exalteds appear. That's a simple little zoom down the page. You can barely even tell that there's a cut there, but I don't actually scroll all the way down. And when you actually scroll on the page, these move with it. So if you look like right here, you can, actually, I added this one really well. You can't actually really tell. These are, oh yeah, you can sort of see right here. This is a freeze frame. So even though this is what the website looks like, these are actually 2 separate, like this and these 2 are separate images. Zoom on that. This is a really, really cool transition that I got from Jazimus. Really, really like this one. I also, because this is a pure white background, I just like applied a color matte, this thing right here. Just like, it just fades into a color matte, which looks like it's just removing the text, but it's actually an independent element. Some cool stuff going on here. The logo. This is a nice little title preset right here, Exalted Weapon. And then I'm like, all right, I'm thinking we're in space. Like, this is a space background. So it makes sense to do like movement with the elements. And this one was already zooming forward. So I might as well pull it off a frame and pull afflictions in. I also really like this one right here where I kind of, I don't know, it just looks cool. And then to transition to Mesa, I just move this over to the right and have another arcane come out from behind it. It's clean. It's just clean. Some more Balatro card. I took so long to find that. That's a nice little, I'm talking about Exilus, so I might as well fade it up and then zoom out and boom, it was the element the whole time. Nice little draw in for the Tennokai logo. Tennokai. Shit's always going to be funny to me. This is another thing I started doing with this video. Freeze framing introductions like this. This is a freeze frame of Excalibur before he does a heavy attack that glitches into him actually doing a heavy. And it looks so cool. Love that one. Oh, this one right here talking about combo. Slide this in, turn it around, and it's something else, and then boom, fade in. More just nice animation stuff here. This one was where I really started to play around with rotation. Because I was talking to Suckmutt, another Warframe YouTuber you should go watch, and he showed me a clip of his Kome video, and he messed around with like in-element rotations. So like instead of just bringing up across, why not rotate it up? And then also like the extension on the arms, it just looks so good. And then zoom in, make it an actual cross to talk about the... Oh, and right here, this was a really quick one, but I like transition like with the cross shape. More in-element stuff right here where I have the lifted icon, but like to animate it, even though there's no animation in it, I might as well just like make it so that the lifted comes out of the bottom of it. It just looks nice. That was a simple little pullback transition. Another one of those that I got from Jazimus. This one's pretty simple. I do like this one right here. I wipe on the background with this and then zoom in for it. Messing around with some double font stuff here aggressively. I like this one. The blending of the Exalted Blade and the actual Exalted Blade text looks really cool. That's a nice shot. So, yeah. Kind of just like, you know, I hope that you can start to see some of the things that I like to do a lot in element edits. I don't like things just popping up on screen and then disappearing. Everything fades into one another very cleanly. Like right here, I have this. Why would I transition this whole frame into the next video if I can turn this into the next frame? It just flows really well. And right here, I love using these TVs to edit. I love doing it. It looks so nice. And that was a cool one. I like doing that transition right there. Yeah, more like, you know, just sword wipey stuff. I do this one a lot too, where I take screens and I turn them into whatever I want them to be. I do like how I kind of took it out of there though. It looks nice. I'm very proud of this video, if you couldn't tell. This is a tough one to do too, because originally this 275 right here is just one text layer that I then had to separate into 3 text layers so that I could move them independently and put that in there, because I'm talking about splitting the 275. We'll jump forward a little bit, see if I can find anything cool. I like this one a lot. I like fold it down. And then, you know, I might as well disappear the 3 into this. Boom, that zoom in right there is nice. And then, hey, look, Premiere. That was a fun one to do. Nice little intro thing right here. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. This, oh my god. If I open this nest, my computer will probably crash because I'm recording. This is the combo. This is the Warframe, like, combo. The stance combos. And I had to, you know, crop each of them out individually and animate them all. It took so long, especially all this stuff and like the highlighting, and I couldn't get a nice, like, I wanted to have this Excalibur frame right here, like this, be within this, but I couldn't figure out a good way to make it look good, so I just ended up rising it and blurring it. Actually, I don't like this background remove very much. As you can see, it's kind of messy. Like, there's all this and not just him. But I honestly don't know why I didn't change it. I think I just didn't feel like it. It's on screen for so little. But yeah, it doesn't look great. You can see it like pops in here. That's something I could have done better on. This is a really nice like minute right here though. The overview of the stance. You know, making these custom, because you have these, but these aren't great to edit with. So I just made my own. Ooh, this one took forever too. Taking this line, extending it fully, and also disappearing these elements into it while having another come out of it. Took so long, and then wiping it all away. It's like, it's these little things for literally like 3 seconds of actual video, but they won't make it look so good. I have this one. Yeah, this right here, I messed around with lowering my FOV so that it'd be a super tight shot on these. And then I also made sure that like the fade, the cross dissolves between each time, like he's doing the same movement so that it like flows into each other really, really well. Pull that. I really like the look of this one. I'm a fan of just like this with the repeat logo. Fuck with it. Moving that, more consistency edits. Try to find something cool. Oh yeah. This is like a basic 3D to turn this into a 3D element, and then like this is just like behind it. And then I was like, all right, I already here. Might as well flip it around and turn it into something else. Little pause. Weird quirk. Kind of just the app there because that was an editing thing. I like this one a lot too. Bring this up and split it into 2 separate frames of different videos. That stuff is so fun. And then bring it back into another one and start another. This ink transition is so gas. I love it. I love it. I'm only 8 minutes into this video. Here's more rotation stuff. I love messing with rotation. Rotation looks so good. And this one right here where it like gets a little bigger and then it like sits back into itself and the icon blurs itself, it like inks itself in. Fuck with it. Boom. That was a nice little speed ramp right there. Right here. To kind of make it go slower. I like that. More rotation. We fuck with the rotation. Ooh, I like this one a lot too. Yeah. I messed around with a lot of the blending modes on text, so it's not just plain white text and it actually like has some of the background in it. I just think it looks really cool, especially when you've got other stuff on screen. Another one of those. This was a cool one to make because I have the entire sword that is changing colors, but then I just cropped, like I doubled it, I duplicated it, and then cropped the bottom and turned the edge feather up a lot so that this like, it like fades in, so only the blade itself is like all rainbowy. This color wheel edit is nice. I like that like pop up for the individuals. I really like how that one looks. Ugh. Cooking. Sorry if you can hear my dog right now is when she decides to walk around a lot. It's another cool thing that I have going on here. You've kind of got the gist of like the main things that I like to do. You know, I play around with rotation a lot, especially in this one. I have a lot of in-element things. Like I have melee influence here. I might as well pop the elements up from behind it. I don't really like how this one looked. I tried to find an electricity thing to put inside the text, but it didn't really come out that well. I bet nobody really even read this. Melee influence, lol. I do this one a lot too. I have mods with text and then I'll wipe the mods to the other side of the screen for other text. I do that one a lot. Oh yeah, this clarification, because I remember editing this and then being like, fuck, this is kind of confusing. So I was like, let me clarify. Because this might not make much sense to people. Oh, I like that one. When I fucking... Hi, if you're reading this, I used my Ember video for this because it has the most views. Y'all have got to see this. Blurred this because I don't need anybody knowing what I watch, but like, I know what these are. This is I think this is Penguin Zero playing Doom. This is Dean Withers. This is an Everything Great About Deadpool. Is that fucking Aussie Antics? More Dean Withers. This is Warframe. This is also Warframe. This is my short though. Why is it showing up for me? Oh, wait, no, this is an OBS tutorial. Okay, this is irrelevant. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I have my crash out. More introduction stuff. I'll kind of skip through here, try to find something cool that I haven't really talked about. Honestly, I think I've covered most of it. You guys kind of, oh, where's that shield edit though? This one was clean. Bring up the shield, crack it in half. You know, shield break. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I think this kind of sums up everything that I really wanted to talk about though. In terms of sound effects, I really went heavy with sound effects in the first minute. Didn't have time to do them for the rest of the video, which is unfortunate, but I would have had to post it like today or tomorrow. The sound effects took a really long time, but I did do full music for the video. And that takes a while. But yeah, I hope that this was entertaining for you to watch. I know it's kind of me just yapping for 20 minutes, but you know, this is just like how I kind of make my videos and the thought process behind them or whatever. If you have any questions or you want to ask me anything, please just let me know and I will happily answer. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. Hoping to do more behind the scenes content for you going forward. And I will see you all very soon for Calervo. Yes, Calervo perfected. Let's get it. All right. Bye, guys.